Guys?
Oh.
Hi, I'm Liz, and welcome back to Elizabeth and Can Stitch. Welcome back. Thank you all. I'm gonna try not to edit this video. I'm gonna try and do this intro in one take so I don't have to worry about leaving in random things like me peeking around the camera to look at the neighbors, or I don't know, forgetting what I'm talking about and then telling myself, oh, what do you even want to say? I'm glad y'all got a kick out of that. When I realized it, I kind of freaked out because I just got embarrassed. I'm like a perfectionist. And so when I feel like I've made a mistake or, you know, done something wrong, I'm like, my first instinct is just freak out. And so I did, but then, you know, everybody found it funny. It was funny, but I just felt embarrassed about it, but it's fine. I'm really glad everybody got a kick out of it. And yes, that's what happens. I sit down to film and all my thoughts leave my brain and I'm like, what was I even going to say? How was I going to say so? Exactly like what's happening right now. I don't even know how I want to talk about making a mistake, but it happens. And I especially loved that I got so many DMs from other Flosstubers who were like, I do the same thing. I have to start my intro so many times. I have to start over. Like, don't worry about it. We've all been there. And so, yeah, that's just how it is. When you sit down in front of a camera and you just feel that pressure of people listening to what you have to say, you're like, what do I want to say? Anyways, I hope you liked the intro. I forced my family, who were sitting at the table, to film an intro with me. That was my dad and my uncle and my mom and one of my sisters, and I think my brother was trying to shrink out of the frame, but he was in there. Everyone else was milling around, but I kind of just opened my phone and was like, hey, everybody say my intro with me. So that was a lot of fun. So now I'm filming like late afternoon and I'm like, what is this? This is so weird. But yeah, everyone went home and we cleaned up and it was a really good afternoon. We had, we opened up the grill for the first time this year and made some burgers and hot dogs. Baked beans, potato salad, deviled eggs, of course. Gotta have some deviled eggs on Easter. And my two little nephews, Andy and Charlie, were here and they got absolutely spoiled. They got gifts from everyone. Allison was so annoyed. And she, you know, she's having a third one and she's like, you guys cannot sustain this. It's gonna get too expensive. Challenge accepted, Allison. Even when there's 3 of them, I'm gonna continue to get all kinds of presents because I'm the fun Aunt Liz. I'm so cool. All right. Well, I do have some cross stitch to show you. I also have some quilting to show you. And my mom, I convinced her to stay behind after lunch and film a quilting segment with me. So you'll see that later in the video. And my mom also brought a super generous giveaway. So stay tuned for the quilting segment and you'll find out some info on this week's giveaway. And then I also have winners to announce at the end of the video. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I brought a couple of previous finishes that I finished last early summer or midsummer, I think, but these are some of my more springy finishes. And so I just thought I would show you a couple of previous finishes. This first one is, I believe, my first ever Blackbird Designs, like fully finished item. No, it's probably the needle book. This is probably my second one. But anyways, this is a Blackbird Designs bird in the hand, I believe. I can't remember, it's a monochromatic, but I can't remember what color they call for. I think maybe like a deep red, but I did mine in a skein of Belle Soie Strawberry Shortcake silk. Color is Strawberry Shortcake, and it is just one of my favorite things. I love the variegation in this bird. It's so cute. And then I finished it with these tiny little multicolor beetles and filled it with walnut shells, so it's nice and squishy and heavy. And this just sits in my little pillow bowl up in my entryway, and I love it. So yeah, I just thought I would show you guys that. And then another previous finish is this little guy. And so this is from a Prairie Schooler chart called Prairie Birds. And I did change all of the colors. I just basically changed it to overdyes that I liked instead of the DMC in the slightly brighter colors. And so I did this little hummingbird and I finished it in this little hanging decoration from Hobby Lobby. I'll show you the back if that's useful. I think it just said something like hope or spring. I think it was like a spring item from last year. And then I just covered some foam board with this cute blue fabric and mounted my cross stitch and tied a piece of silk ribbon around the hanger. And I have plans for more of these, which I'll talk to you about later on when I talk cross stitching plans. So let me show you what I worked on this week though. So this week was just New Start City. I told you at the end of my last video that I really wanted to start this blue flower chart, Wildflowers. And I started it right after I edited and uploaded my video. I was like, yep, it's happening. Well, I had to run to Michael's first and get the floss, but luckily they had them. And I was able to start and I love it. And here is my start. Oh, guys, this is just all DMC. And I believe I'm using a 40 count Weeks Parchment. Yeah, 40 count Weeks Zweigert base Parchment with all of the called for DMC floss. And right now it's split into 4 pages, so I'm trying to get a page finish on the upper right portion of the chart. And I just love it. All I want to stitch right now are just like pretty dainty little florals. I am just in the mood for spring and summer stitching. That's it. Flowers all day, every day. Yeah. What else do I have to tell you about that one? Just basically that I think you should go buy this chart because it's amazing. It says, buttercups have honeyed hearts, bees they love the clover, but I love the daisies dance all the meadow over. It's just gorgeous. And they call for just 40 count mallow, which I think is a grayer, like more of a neutral gray color than what I went with, which is this Weeks Parchment that I had on hand that I really like. So mine I think will turn out a little bit warmer, yellower than the stitched model, but I love it. And this is B5200, which is really, I feel like, popping on this fabric. So I'm really glad. Yeah, I'm really glad that's working out. Okay, so what else did I work on? The only whip that I had not just started this week that I worked on was my Reaping Love by Silver Creek Samplers. I showed you guys this last week with my little tiny start, and I love it. It's so much fun to stitch on. 40 count Picture This Plus is kind of like no joke. If you're if you've ever stitched on 40 count Picture This Plus, you know what I mean. It is tight and dense, and even for a seasoned 40 count stitcher, it can be a little bit of a challenge, but this fabric color is perfect and I love it. So here's where I'm at with that. Fold it over so I can see what I'm showing you. So again on this, I'm trying to get a page finish. It's split between 2 pages. And so the page ends about right here. So I think I'm actually just about there. I might have finished that page last night. So I've just been working on the letters. I put in our initials and this tree and all the little gravestones. And I think the last thing I did was I filled in this skull last night. That's the O for you. It says love you to death. And I've been showing Rob as I stitch on this because he's so excited about it. And he really loves it so far. So this one has been my couch project for the last week, just when we're watching movies and I have time to stitch out there. That's what I've been working on. Okay, and then the only other thing I stitched on this week was a brand new start that I told you I was going to start, and that was Where Flowers Bloom by Hands Across the Sea. And I'll put a picture up since I didn't print the chart. It's so pretty, and I bought the Avera Soie d'Alger silks. It calls for 103s, but I didn't want to stitch on anything that tiny, so I got just the normal Avera Soie. And Celeste from Celeste Creates, she and I did a little FaceTime on Thursday and started it together and chit-chatted, which was so fun. And I think she's made some better progress than I have. She'll have to show us in her next video. But here is what I did on mine. So I got the border across the top and down the bottom, or down the side, and I started putting in a few of those pretty little flowers. They're so cute. Let's see if I can get the colors in there. Yeah, so really I just forced myself to do a lot of this border vine before I started on my little flowers, because I know that's the fun part. I gotta eat my veggies before, you know, I get to dessert or whatever. But yeah, it's actually turning out smaller than I thought it was gonna be. It's 130 something by 160 something, so it's not huge, and I am doing it on 36 count, 1 strand over 2. So yeah, so this is a fat 1/8 of 36 count vintage pecan butter by Lakeside, and I just cut it down from a fat 1/4 that I had. And yeah, very excited to keep working on this one and see that border and those tiny little flowers grow. I think I'm just missing the skein of floss I need to do the lettering. So yeah, I think Wendy got it in stock, but I'm waiting on other stuff. So I told her to hang on to it until she sent it to me. But that means I can't work on my letters yet. So I'll just need to keep plugging away on this border and filling in the vine, like the flowers and the vines and stuff. And yeah, I'm excited to keep working on that. So the next thing that I am going to work on starting today is the Stitchy Stars Sal, hashtag Stitchy Stars Sal. This is a new pattern from Lori Holt for Fat Quarter Shop, or It's So Emma. And I have the floss pack, the Weeks Dye Works floss pack, and I picked myself out a piece of 28 count wheat linen, Zweigert linen. And yeah, I'm starting this today. As soon as I get done filming and editing, I'm going to start this on the couch this evening. So yeah, I'm excited about this. I really want to finish this. I don't know if I'll do the wood plaque or if I'll do more like a board or like a inset type, like a frame. I kind of have in my head like a wide wood frame inset, like with fabric or something behind it, then like with this piece mounted kind of inset in the frame. I'll have to look around to see if I can find something pre-made or how I might accomplish that. Or maybe I'll do something entirely different. I don't know. But that's kind of my thoughts, and I want to hang it in my craft room somewhere too, because look at these colors and then look at my wall of fabric. I just feel like this is perfect. This is like, I know it's like meant to be a little bit patriotic, but to me, like those are just the colors I love in general, like, you know, so I think it's perfect for my sewing room. Ooh, and the chart's in color. It's very fancy. Yeah, so if you want to join, I posted on my Instagram, because that's where I share photos of my cross stitches on Instagram, but I think you can use it on Facebook as well. I'm gonna have to look into if I can search that hashtag on Facebook or how that works, because I haven't ever really done that. But I will definitely, I'm already following the hashtag on Instagram. So if you start posting your progress pictures on Instagram, I'll be able to see them, no problem. So yeah. And also Kim, thank you for emailing me your progress photos. I loved it. Yeah, so if you don't have Instagram or Facebook, no worries at all. Feel free to just stitch and know I'm stitching it too. Or if you want to share photos, you can email them to me. Okay, so the other things I wanted to show you for plans is I just showed you this little springy finish that I did last year that hangs. I just put a little clear push pin in the wall and hang it up to display it or sit it, you know, on a shelf. Well, you might remember from my whip parade, or maybe not, that my plan was to do 3 of those. And so I have the other, I have a second one stitched. And again, this is from the Prairie Birds. There's 12 of them. If I can insert a photo, or find a photo of the pattern, I'll insert it. And so this is the second one that I stitched. And then I started, which way is up on this? I think it's this way. I started a third one. And I mean, it's about halfway done, to be honest. And I think this, why do I hate committing myself to plans? Because I don't like failing, that's why. But I think what I'm gonna try and do this week is get this one finished stitched, which, I mean, it should really only take a couple hours. And then for Friday night finishing, I think I have time this Friday. I'll have to check my calendar, but I'm pretty sure I have nothing planned for this Friday. So I could do another little Friday night finishing to show you guys how I use these little decor boxes from Hobby Lobby to create a little sweet bird finish. So, because I would have all the supplies and I'd be able to sit down and do it at my desk. So I think that's gonna be my plan. I need to actually make sure I know what I did with I think they're just up here in a box, because I bought these, I bought 3 of these at the same time last year. But yeah, assuming I have all the supplies and I have nothing, I don't think I do, other than doing my taxes, which needs to get done this week. I don't think I have anything else that needs my time Friday night. So I'll post about it on Instagram, and maybe I'll schedule the live a couple days in advance. That way, I think it'll notify you guys if you're a subscriber that I have an upcoming live. So maybe like 24 hours in advance. So if you want to come chit chat with me while I finish on Friday, I'll be posting more about that. So yeah, I think that'll be my plan for this week. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that my mom obviously was here for lunch because my whole family was here, and I made her bring some quilt stuff with her because she's been quilting like crazy lately, and she posts a lot of her quilt progress and project bag updates and all kinds of fun stuff over on her Instagram, which I'll link below if you want to follow her. And yeah, so she sat down at the dining room table with me and we walked through our quilt updates for the week, so I'll let that play. Hi guys, so got Mom here with me today.
Hello.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everyone.
We just finished our family Easter lunch here at my house, so I made my mom stay behind to join me for a quilting segment today. What do we want to show them? Start with yours.
Okay, so the last time that I was with Elizabeth, she gave me a very nice gift of some fat quarter shop fabrics that she had just received.
It was a Moda fat quarter bundle from their fat quarter club.
So I made this little baby star.
Sawtooth star.
Sawtooth star. And then I made...
What size is this one? 4
That's
inch?
a 4 inch.
This is a 4-inch size.
And this is the 8 inch size.
Oh, a birdie.
And...
we have a cat who's trying to join us, sorry.
No, you can't drink my water. Sorry.
Birdie, come here.
Okay. And this
The 16 inch.
is the 16 inch. So it turns out, if you carefully cut your fabric, you can get a 16, an 8, and 2 4-inch
out of one fat
stars
quarter?
out of one fat quarter.
Using just a contrast print for the points.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's how I made, that's how I made my mom's Christmas quilt, which I'll insert a picture of. I had a stack of fat quarters and I wanted to get the most use out of them. So I did this type of sawtooth star where I just used a contrast print for the points and then used, the pretty fabric as everything else.
Yeah. So, and then these are just a couple other of the fabrics.
Oh, cute.
And we have some light purple.
You should send me that picture you took of it laying on the bed and I can insert that too, so I can get an idea.
And there's the darker purple. So
So
there's that. That one, gosh, it's been a while since I worked on this because I ran out of fabric and I had to order some more. So, and then
let's save those for last.
These?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, I know Elizabeth told you we have a new member of the family.
Yay! I know Allison, in case you missed the video where I was talking about that, my little sister Allison is having her 3rd baby boy in September. So we're working on baby quilts now.
Yes. So her 2 baby boys that she has now, Charlie and Andy. I asked them what kind of quilt the baby brother should have, and they said a dinosaur quilt. So we have a pattern for one.
Oh my gosh.
This is Elizabeth Hartman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it'll be the 48 by 48 size small quilt.
Oh, so it's this one?
Yeah.
Oh, here, let's show them. This is the one, the layout she's making. So cute. Where did you get the pattern?
I ordered it online. I wanted the hard copy instead of the PDF download because I have to flip back and forth. There's about 1 million pieces to cut out.
So she's made some of the blocks and they're so cute.
So here is one. And this is Triceratops.
Oh my God. Look at this, the detail in the face. And this is leftover fabric that I used on Charlie's baby quilt 5 years ago. So that's amazing.
Yep. This is all made with leftovers from various projects. And then here is T-Rex.
Hold them up a little taller. And they all have little plants in the background. It's so cute.
Yeah, so this plant is an old scrap of Denise Schmidt Joanne fabric when she put out that line.
Denise Schmidt used to do a line with Joanne Fabrics. It was amazing. I wish she still did it. I think this one was
and
too,
this
right?
One, the plaid.
Yeah, the plaid was a Denise Schmidt.
Too. Yeah. And this was the first one I made, and it needs a little emergency repair because it's a little uneven. But
it's a stegosaurus.
It's a stegosaurus.
Look how freaking cute. So how many dinosaurs are you making for the 48?
There's 8, I believe.
8 dinosaurs.
8 dinosaurs, and then there's.
And they're all different?
Trees.
Oh no.
No, there's 2 of each. So
okay, so you've done one of
I've
3
done
of them.
one of 3 of them.
Okay.
And I've got the fabric.
So this is
and
the
I've
brontosaurus.
started cutting on the brontosaurus.
Yeah, so that is the layout she's going with. Hopefully it's not too glary.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So I have till
my
September, so hopefully I'll.
Yeah, you've already got 3 of the 8 done, so
well,
you're on track. Okay, so I'm going to show them my quilt that I've been working on. So if you guys have been following me on Instagram, I have been posting on my stories this week about starting a new king size quilt. And I think I had talked about it in a few videos about how I wanted to make a king size quilt. And so I bought a stack of, or I bought a fat quarter bundle from Laundry Basket Quilts, and I'll put a picture up because I've already cut into the bundle, so I can't show you the bundle, but I'm about to show you the fabrics. And I'm making the chamomile quilt by Woodbury Way. I'll link the pattern in the description box if you want to see the chamomile quilt pattern. And so the basically where I'm at is I cut all of my strips and started sewing them together to create all of the different combinations that will then be cut into quilt blocks. I mean, ooh, I'm just so excited. So these will eventually make the 4x4 quilt blocks. And then I bought some of this kind of almond color as the background fabric. So that'll go around the different blocks. And then I bought extra of the red berry print to be inside my sashing, which I just love. And then I bought this pink floral from the line to use in my cornerstones between the blocks. There's like a little 9-patch cornerstone, and so it'll have pink. And then I finally did the math on converting the chamomile quilt pattern to a king size, because I think the pattern calls for a 4x5 layout with borders, and it comes out to about 69 by 84, which is a really good, you know, like twin size, throw size, but I want a king size. So I'm gonna do a 6x5 layout. So it's wider than it is long, because that's how king size quilts are done. And it's gonna have the same border the quilt calls for, but then an additional print border, like 7 inches all the way around, so that it comes out to like 113 by 97, which is just a little bit bigger than my Denise Schmidt quilt that I already have, so it's perfect. So I ended up picking, I'll show you, this fabric, I just ordered it, but this pink floral right here, that's gonna be the outside border fabric.
Cute.
Yeah. So I feel like
those
that'll look
colors.
really good with this in the sashing and this in the cornerstones. But I couldn't help myself. I got everything cut out. I pieced all these big strips, and so then these will get cut down into smaller pieces, and I'll make all of my big 4x4 quilt blocks.
Wow.
I know.
That's crazy.
I'm really excited to have a new quilt to work on. And one for my bed. We got a king bed in January or December, like over a year ago. And I had always had handmade quilts on my queen size bed, but now finally I'm gonna have a handmade one to put on the king. So Mom has been making some project bags using my tutorial and just doing her own thing because she's got some fun, a couple of fun ones here to show you. So I'll let her show you those.
Okay. So the first one I made was using Elizabeth's instructions and Nicola's.
Oh yeah, from Bumble Stitches.
From Bumble Stitches, her guide on how to get all these little teeny tiny squares to line up.
And wasn't that so handy?
I was
Like,
amazed.
why had I never thought to do that?
Yes, it was awesome. So yeah, check out her video on
I'll
how to
link
do
it,
that
yeah.
because it is super helpful.
Yeah.
And then, so I started with these big 5.5-inch squares.
Charm squares,
Charm
right?
squares,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's how I made all of these little ones. So for the back, I just reused the extra.
Yeah.
And then I got these
Here, let me show them that zipper up close.
little zippers on Amazon.
Just little lacy zippers.
Yeah, and they mount on top of the fabric, so you don't have to worry about getting the seams in and all that. So yeah, and it's just lined inside with yellow.
Cute.
'Cause I like to be able to see, so I wanted something light. So
And then what's the other one look like?
anyway, so there's that one, and then this one, again, I had a whole big stack of charm squares.
And I was telling my mom, these charm squares are from one of the first ever quilts that I made and used a lot. Like one of my first quilts I think I gave to an ex-boyfriend's mom, but the actual quilt that I made and used was out of this fabric from like 2006 or 7. Ginger.
You cannot drink my water. So anyway, so I ended up using Nicola's tutorial to do these big ones to get these all together and make them line up because it's hard to get these squares to line up. So there's the front and the back. And again, I bought a multi-pack of these zippers and actually quilted this one a little bit.
So cute.
And I deviated from Elizabeth's tutorial because the bag is actually all one piece. So it's 3 blocks by 5 blocks.
Oh, and you just fold it in half.
And I just folded it in half and then I just did binding down
really
each
good
side
idea.
to cover.
Yeah.
The only trick was sewing the zipper because you have to turn it inside out to sew the zipper down, or I did. I couldn't figure out in the moment how to do it without, standing on my head. So anyway.
That's so cute.
And I was, where did it end up? So I've got a new machine and I created a little...
Oh yeah, she was using the letter function on our machine. We use a Juki DX7 and she put her initials and the year in there.
It was supposed to end up on the back side of the bag, but
it's okay. And so I get to keep this one. That's very exciting for me. And then the very exciting part for you guys is that my mom's gonna give this one away to one of you guys. Yeah, so if anybody wants to win a handmade by this one right here, project bag. So cute, fully lined. That's the giveaway for this week's video. So, what should they say? What should the code word be? Project bag? Needs to be one word.
Bag.
Bag. Oh, but people are going to be complimenting. Well, that's okay. Everybody's going to want to enter. So if you want to win, if you want to enter to win the bag, just leave a comment with the word bag in it. And somebody is going to get to take home a lovely project bag in the next video. So yay. Giveaway rules. You have to be a subscriber, like the video, and leave a comment using the word bag. And then I'll use the random comment picker next week to pick a winner. So Yay, thanks, Mom.
Sure. Thank you.
All right, well, I think
fun
that's our quilting update this week.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nope.
I'm not used to having a co-host. Did I show you my full unedited version that made it in last week? Or did you just see that?
I didn't even catch it the first time.
I know. Yeah, she turned the video on and was doing other stuff and didn't even notice that I was just like,
yeah, well,
staring off into space.
I think, yeah, I might have noticed that, oh, she's just now saying hello, but.
Oh, she keeps saying hello?
I don't know.
Everybody seemed to enjoy it, though.
I'm sure I do the same thing. So.
All right, well, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, how exciting was that? A project bag giveaway courtesy of Mama. She's so nice. She's just like loving making these project bags. And yeah, so I thought, why don't we give this one away? Because I think somebody would want it. So yeah, enter the giveaway. I'm going to announce some giveaway winners. Yeah, I'll do that now. And then I have a little bit of haul that I'll show you. Okay, so the first giveaway was Strawberry Fields Forever with the word, the keyword was strawberry. And the winner of that is Catherine D. So put your comment up on the screen. And if you could just go ahead and email me and let me know where you want me to send your chart to. I'll send you Strawberry Fields. And then the next giveaway was Heartstring Samplery. I belong to the Cross Stitch Nation, which don't we all? Don't we all? I love that this was one of the words, and y'all had some really cute comments about belonging and being glad that you belong, you know, as part of the Flosstube community, the cross stitch community overall, and I agree. It's great. So the belong chart, the winner is Loretta. So Loretta, I'll put your name and your comment up on the screen. Congratulations. Just send me an email and let me know where to send your chart to. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few pieces of haul that have come in, and I need to stop buying fabric. I keep buying fabric, and that's like my favorite thing to buy cross stitch supply wise is hand-dyed fabrics, and I bought some. So this first piece is a let's see, 36 or 40, 36 count vintage exemplar by Lakeside Linens. And is that accurate? Yeah, it's like just a really pretty medium brown. I've used the vintage light exemplar, and it is, I think, considerably lighter than this. This is a regular exemplar. And I got this from, I think it's Stitcher's Garden in Conway, Arkansas. If I'm wrong, I'll put the correction on the screen. I was on their website, and they just had so many Lakeside colors listed, and some were listed as in stock and some weren't. And their website did say that, like, what was shown online might not reflect actual stock, but I was like, I'm just going to call them. And so she had a piece of exemplar. I was also looking for a piece of, what's it called? Pearled barley. Not pebbled barley, pearled barley. That's like one of my all-time favorite colors, but she didn't have any in 36 or 40, so I got the exemplar. And then I also got a skein of Weeks Celadon that I've already used on my Love You to Death piece. It's a really great color. It's like a green-brown variation, and it just looks like muddy grass. It's so perfect for like kind of like the little graveyard type stitching. So if that is something you need, is graveside stitching, get yourself some Celadon. Okay, yeah, this is no edit Liz. I'm not even gonna edit out that dumb get yourself. Who even am I today? I don't know. Then I got my NPI Fancy Floss? Fine Floss. My Fine Floss Club from Fat Quarter Shop, and this is March, and it's just all very pretty shades of green. So I'm very excited I signed up for this club. It's really fun to just get like a little pack of NPI, and then, yeah, just, who knows what I'll ever use it for, except probably, hopefully, my goal is after I build up a big enough stash, if I start stitching more samplers that call for like NPI and stuff, I'll have a big stash to pull from. I don't know. That's the like kind of goal in my head. Also, they're just super pretty and I like getting them. The next piece of haul is another piece of Lakeside linen fabric. And this one is totally not my fault, you guys. Just kidding. It's totally my fault. But have you ever done that thing on 123 Stitch where you place an order and then you get an email like the next day or immediately, and it's like, oh, one or more of your items was out of stock. We'll order it and we'll send it, you know, separately because it'll be a while. And so I thought I had ordered a piece of 40 count vintage buttercream, got that email. Well, I got that email in November. So that was 5-6 months ago. And randomly in the mail, what shows up? 40 count vintage buttercream. Yeah, Lakeside linens, fat eighth. And I was like, yeah, love it. Still want it. Perfect. But I totally forgot that I'd ordered this months and months ago because it had shown in stock, but I guess by the time I purchased, it had gone out of stock. And so they ordered it for me and took, you know, 5-ish months, but it showed up. So yay, more fabric in the mail. Okay, and then how about some more fabric? This is so pretty. It is such a great kind of, I mean, it's medium brown, but like it's such a good dark neutral, you know? And this is a color I have never had before. It's an R&R color called Mayflower Mocha. And it's gorgeous. And it still like really smells like coffee or whatever they use in their dyeing process. Like it smells really nice. Yeah. So I got a fat quarter of this Mayflower Mocha. Is it a 36 or a 40? 36. It's a 36 count. I think I said 40. And this order came from Hobby House Needleworks, which is an excellent online shop if you've never shopped there. And then I got some charts. I don't even know if this is, oh, it is a new release. It says 2021. I had never seen this. Maybe it was part of the expo releases and I just missed it. But this is Hands-On Design and it's a little needle book. And I love a needle book. And it says with this needle, ivy thread. Who doesn't love a good pun and a good needle book? So, and it comes with 2 little needle charms that you can tie on to the ends of your cording for securing the needle book. And then it comes with a little tiny thread charm. So perfect. I love this. And then because I was so enamored with the Blue Flower Wildflowers, I had to look at the rest of her market releases and I needed to have this one, which is the Tudor Bee. How stinking cute with that pink trim. It's so good. It calls for NPI and gives a DMC conversion, which means, again, I can start this one right now, but too many starts. I don't think I'm allowed to start anything for another month. And by allowed, I mean, I mean nothing by that. And then I've been eyeing this since it was released. I don't know, was it in December or something? Be Mine Biscornu by Heartstring Samplery. I have never stitched one of the Biscornus and I just am obsessed with this one and the little birds and there's little envelopes on the bottom. I love it. And I had most of the flosses. So I think I needed Whiskey and Dove. So I got a couple of the flosses that I needed for this chart. And then I think I got a couple of flosses that I needed. Well, no, that one doesn't. Oh, for this one, with this needle. So yeah, stocked up on some missing flosses for those because apparently I'm going to start everything. Just everything. So yeah, I think that's all I got in haul this week. That's plenty. Lots of fabric, but it's all gorgeous. So it'll get used. Is that it? I think we've reached the end of the video. We've done the giveaway. I talked to you about my quilts earlier with Mom. So yeah, I hope everybody had a great Easter or just had a great, you know, relaxing Sunday and got some stitchy time in. Apologies for this video going up, you know, later than usual, but all of my family was here during the time I would normally be editing and uploading a video. So decided to hang out with them and then come talk to you guys later. So anyways, I think that's where I'm going to leave it. And I'll see you next week. See you next Sunday. Bye, guys.